The first thing most people do when they wake up is roll over, pick up their phone and start scrolling. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Reels, whatever it is, watching other people live their lives before they've even brushed their teeth. Now, does that resonate with you? And that moment right there is a habit that steals hours, ideas, energy every single day. It might feel small, but honestly, it might feel small, but it's actually such a massive thing. And I know because I used to do the same. I'm not here preaching. I used to do the same, but I made sure that this would not be my reality for all of my life because I knew I wanted to do things with my life. And I realized that if you wake up every single day as a consumer, that you will never, ever, ever build the life you want as a creator. Okay, there we go. In this video, I want to unpack that idea, help you flip the switch from stopping consuming other people's lives and helping you be a creator in your own life. So that means different things for different people. It could mean creating content. It could mean building a business. It could be building a new habit. It could be building a new mindset. I'm not just here talking about, oh, you need to start a business. Oh, you need to create content, whatever. No, it means if you want to start a new hobby, if you want to start this, that, and the other. You know what I hate before I go on a rant right now when people say they don't have time, but you look at their screen time and their screen time is like 2 hours. That's modest. Their screen time is like 6 hours, 5 hours, whatever it is, and you're here telling me, oh, I don't have time. Please. Anyway, we're going to get into that, because if you have time to scroll and look at other people's lives, you have time to be investing that time into your own life. Essentially, the main message of this video is that creation is what changes your reality. So let's get into it. We live in a time where it's literally easier than ever to consume, to be a consumption machine. We're scrolling on autopilot, watching what other people do, what other people think, what other people are doing with their lives, literally. And it's constant all the time. But here's what no one tells you, if we actually are deep in it. Every time you consume without intention, because we're going to go into that in this video as well. There's a difference between intentionally consuming helpful content and content that's going to make you better, and aimlessly, unintentionally, consuming. But every time you do that without intention, you're outsourcing attention, and that is your power. And let me tell you, you wonder why Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and Snapchat, all these apps are free. It's because what they're getting is your attention. That's a story for another time. Anyway, you're giving time to other people's goals, other people's creativity, other people's dreams, but you forget your own ideas. You say you want to start a business, but you've spent 3 hours today scrolling on TikTok, looking at how Sally made her cucumber salad and what drama happened in a country you don't even, you've never been to. Sorry. You say you want to make content, but you're stuck comparing yourselves to creators you have not even met. And please take this. I'm not sitting here and preaching. I used to be the same. I used to say, oh my God, I want to start a YouTube channel. I want to start this. I want to start that. But I was there consuming other people's content, helping them get forward, comparing myself, saying, oh, but it's going to be so cringe. And look, they've already got their 100,000 followers, or they've already got their millions of followers, and it's just going to be this and it's just going to be that. But I'm then comparing my step one to their step 50. They've already took that leap. You know what I mean? And often I think people think that you look at it thinking, oh my gosh, this is inspiration, but really it's not. You're there comparing yourself thinking, oh my God, but my life this, oh my life that, and I wish I was this, and I wish I was that. You have to stop comparing, because that's what this is doing. It's numbing your mind. It's making you become a consumption machine, and it's making you compare every single inch of your life, what you eat, how you look, what you're doing with your everyday life. If you want to become better, yes, you can take that as inspiration, but you need to action that and not consume all the time. Now, being a creator is not about being an influencer or going viral. You know what I mean? It's not about having millions of followers and all this and all that. It means that you are in action. You are building, you are making, you are showing up for yourself at least. It means you're no longer waiting for the perfect time. And I understand this. No longer means you're waiting for the perfect time or the perfect idea, but you're actually starting. You know, when I started this YouTube channel, started posting on LinkedIn or started making my business, starting my business, I just started showing up. I didn't have the perfect plan. It wasn't the perfect time, even though I wanted to wait for those times. Look, right now I have 200 subscribers. And honestly, I thought I'd have to be at 100,000, all of this and all of that to be making these types of videos or doing these types of things. But I've done other things in my life, and I'm like, with my business, I've grown that to a great point now where I'm like, okay, there's other people making content like this. I can do it for myself. And it's the same for you. Even if you're not at that stage, show the process, show the struggle, show this, show that. There's so much you can create. The thing with me is just that I knew I couldn't sit here or sit wherever and be consuming other people's lives and seeing them build their visions, because there's so many YouTubers and so many amazing creators, and I watched them from when they were small subscribers and now they're massive. And don't get me wrong, it's great seeing their journey, but knowing that I'm neglecting mine and I'm not putting in that effort to actually grow my own. How I kind of see it is, even though it's like this channel, for example, is still at a very small scale, but every video I put out, every client I reach out to, every new client I have, or every piece of content I make, it's like, okay, this is just gonna sound cringe now, but it's like a brick. You know, when you're building a house, it doesn't just magically appear and you're at step 10,000, but you're slowly building those bricks and putting those bricks in place and building the foundation and building yourself up. It's going to be slow and it's going to be cringe and it's going to be all these things, but at least you're putting in the stepping stones to actually get to where you want to be. I know the type of life I want to build for myself, and I know the type of things I want to have in this life, and that if I have to stop being a consumer to get there, I was like, if that's what needs to be done, that's what's going to happen. And you'll realize that once you put in these small steps, even though they seem very, very small, that they account for a lot more than you think. You don't know who's watching. For example, again, with the small subscribers I've had, 5 people now reach out to me, not only to a couple to work with me and a couple to work in my actual business, and also just great, lovely people who've just said, oh, I love the channel. And that's at the small scale I am at, you know, and I would never have known this if I didn't start posting the content and start doing these things. But what I'm trying to say is, it's going to be a slow process and it's going to be hard. However, it's a worthwhile process. And here is another really good example, actually, how I kind of think of it. You know, with the gym, right? So if we're getting personal, right? I used to, not a long time ago, back when I was in school, I used to hate how I looked. I did not like how I looked at all. And I thought, rather than me looking at all these gym people and all these people on the internet, I know they look so good and I'm so sad and this, that and the other, I thought, okay, I'm not going to sit here and do nothing about it. I'm going to go to the gym every day and eat right and actually build that body I love, which now I can say, yes, I'm still building that. But what I'm trying to get at is, it's been a very long and slow process. And even after the first couple of weeks, first couple of months, I was not seeing results. It was after many months down the line of eating good and showing up every single day that actually got me to where I wanted to be. And I think that's in all facets of life, because whether it's building a business, building your dream body, eating healthy, learning a new skill, it's not going to come easily, is it? And it's not going to come if you're a consumer. Anyway, so that's what I'm getting at, is that when you create, you move from reactive to intentional, and you stop comparing and you start becoming. And that is the main thing. That is what I'm trying to get at, people. Okay, now this, I think, is the key part of the video, which is how you actually do this and how you actually start building those steps. how you actually start building those steps from becoming a consumer to a creator. And I think it always starts with small steps. Where I'm at now, this is funny because I went to a festival the other day with my friends, and they were like, Luella, why have you not answered my messages on Snapchat and this, that, and the other? And you know those people on Snapchat that I didn't want to be that person who posts on their story, oh, I'm deleting the app. If you need to contact me, here's my number. I thought that was just going to be cringe, so I just deleted the app. Anyway, where I'm at now, I don't have Instagram on my phone, I don't have TikTok on my phone, I don't have Snapchat on my phone, I don't have Twitter, I don't have any of that. Granted, I have it on my computer, and you ask my boyfriend now, he knows I will still go on my computer and I'll have my 20 minutes scrolling on Instagram, Reels or TikTok. Don't get me wrong, it's there, but eliminating those distractions for me was very important, because it's like I said, for the gym, if you don't want to eat terribly and you want to be fitter, don't have snacks in your house that you're going to be like, just take out the temptation, you know what I mean? Anyway, so this is what would be my small step and what I started with when I went on this creator from consumption journey. Firstly, before I deleted all the apps, because for me it's not really important to have them on my phone, but obviously that's not going to be the case for everyone. I know, for example, I have friends that are social media managers, or they do things on socials anyway, so they're not just going to delete the app, and it's not necessary to delete the app anyway, I'm not saying that. But what was I going to say? What I started with was, when it came to following people on Instagram, on TikTok, I literally had I forgot the word, where you literally go through all your followers, and I was like, unless I know them or they are adding value to my life, I'm literally unfollowing all these people. But I was very interested in, finance, investing, business, mindset, all of that, psychology. So I started following pages to do with that, because it meant when I'm consuming, I'm going to be consuming content that actually pushes me forward, rather than just consuming and scrolling for the sake of scrolling. Yes, I'd see friends and family, but literally, if you were to see, this was about 2 years ago, I was very strict on this. If you were to scroll on my Instagram, if you were to scroll on my TikTok, anything that was coming up, literally, it was like pure business content, pure investing, pure, literally everything just to do with that. So it literally meant I couldn't even be like wasting my time. It was like I was scrolling intentionally, if that makes sense. And I think, my first action step would be, if you are very serious about, paving the life you want to live, and you don't want to just be mindlessly scrolling, because these apps are making money off you, let's put it that way. Yes, be intentional with the content that you do consume and try and reduce it. I have all the apps as well, literally, again, like, what's it called? Opal, which literally locks you out of the apps. I couldn't use the app before 11 in the morning and after 4 o'clock at night, in the evening. It's not even night, that's the afternoon. So again, the distraction was gone. So that's what I would start with doing. But I'm talking about, I think that is a really, 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 really useful thing. Be intentional with what you consume. And Opal, like I said, I'm not even at the point where I'm getting sponsors, but I am plugging Opal because that is a really good app in literally locking you out of the applications and making sure you're spending time doing other things. And really quickly as well with that is that you'll see that, okay, those extra 2, even if you think of it, if you're spending 1 hour a day, which seems not a lot because you think of it, some people have like 3-4 hours on their screen time. If you're spending 1 hour a day for 7 days a week, that's 7 hours in a week. Now, if that's 2 hours a day, that's 14 hours in 1 week. You know how much money you can be making in that time if you learn a great skill. There we go. In conclusion, your future self will thank you for it. Oh, I don't know, my head's looking crazy like that. But your future self will thank you for putting these action steps in now. And at the end of the day, no one's going to remember what you watched. Actually, do you even remember what you watched? You've been scrolling on, okay, let's say you've been on YouTube for the past half an hour, or scrolling on TikTok before this. Do you even remember half of the videos you just watched? No. And no one's going to remember that either. They are going to remember what you built and the value that you added to their life. So every time you create rather than consume, you are investing in your future. Let me have like an end message for this video. You can be a side character in someone else's movie or story, or a observer in their story, or you can be a main character in your own. So I hope you liked the video. If you did, drop a like and subscribe, and I will be here next week. So lots of love, and I wish you lots of luck, and I believe in you and putting that work towards your future.